Okay, Missionary Portuguese lesson 17. Introdução. So, anytime you see T-I-O-N in English, you can say, you can go C, that's C-A-O, and the squiggly means it's nasal. Okay, so introdução, you know, means introduction. I don't need to write that down because that's already a word you know. Ao Manuel, to the, so remember, A is to, and O Manuel, the manual. Okay, don't need to write that down as vocabulary because you already know it. Pregar is to preach. Obviously, that is an important word in Portuguese to know as a missionary. Meu evangelho. So evangelho means gospel. I think we've already said that, but let's put it on there anyway. Gospel. Evangelho. And we know from previous lessons that the H is pronounced like a Y. Okay. Now we come to these words here. O Senhor instruiu seus servos. The Lord instructed his servants. So we know O Senhor, the Lord, instruiu, instructed his servants, servos. I don't really think we need, I don't know, I guess we can. Why not? Servants is servos. That should be a pretty easy word to remember. But the question is, how do we conjugate IR verbs in the past? Now, there are two types of past tense. There's perfect and imperfect. So to say instructed. I instructed, okay? That's different than saying I was instructing. We're talking about the term that you actually did something, not that you were doing something, okay? So how to conjugate verbs in the past? Well, let's look again. AI has very good answers here, okay? Simply, you just add, you cut off the R. So to say eu, it would be, for example, let's use the verb instruir. Instruct. Okay? Eu instruí. Okay? I instructed. Let's talk about você. Você instruiu. Okay? And that's also Ellie and Ella. Okay? Nós, I think it's instruimos, right? Nós instruimos. Let's see, vocês, Ellas and Ellies instruíram. And we forgot to. Instruiste. Okay, let's see exactly how it's with ends in an S, right? Because it almost always partimos, partistes, that we don't have to partiram here. In this case, iste. Okay, you don't put an S there. Okay, so it's just iste. So tú instruiste. And that's past perfect, I think perfect. Can't remember. I'm not a grammar expert, okay? I'm not an English major, so I don't know what all the grammatical terms are. But in any case, then, I instructed, eu instruí, okay? Você, ela instruiu. Nós instruímos. Vocês instruíram. And tu instruíste. So basically, it's you take off the R, right? And in this case, you don't add anything in I in the past. You just add the U to você, ela, or ela. Mos to nós, and for nós. And then you add AM for vocês, eles, elas. And intruiste, you add STE for to form. You can imagine that that might be true also for AR verbs and for ER verbs. And we will see when we get one. We'll study it when we get one. Okay? So that's it for lesson 17, conjugating IR verbs in the past.